My name is Sarah Halleck. I work at Guadalupe Centers High School as the electives lead and teach journalism, yearbook, and speech. And we've been working with Emote, looking at how to track students' social emotional needs and help them manage those needs.
My name is Julian Golder. I am the CEO and co-founder of Emote. Emote allows schools to identify, support, and measure students' social emotional needs in real time so they can start to get ahead of them in a more preventative way.
I've really enjoyed the opportunity to really focus on kids' social emotional needs and intentionally track kind of how they're doing and have intentional conversations with other colleagues about them. And it helps me it's made me a little bit more aware of how students are feeling when they come into my classroom so we can better address those needs. Some challenges have been essentially making sure other people are using the app with me. They love it. They love the idea of it. It's just kind of, making sure we're consistent with using it. And then moving into, we need to start having some conversations about the follow-up piece. What do we do with the information that we are gathering? A lot of the feedback that I have given Julian so far has been regarding essentially just how to use it better and how to make it easier for teachers to use, I think. Essentially notifications to help us remember to use it, maybe changing around some keywords to make them a little bit more specific to our context, as well as, starting to look at not only how students are feeling, but also how teachers are feeling as well.
So I think there's a couple of pieces of feedback that were really useful, and some that are actually really exciting and kind of pivotal for us. So I think the first part was around the notifications, and a lot of the configuration and setup is something that we've actually worked pretty hard to put together. But in this case, we usually enter schools through admin or counseling, and so working as a teacher with a teacher, realizing how a lot of what we built depended on that entry, on working with schools through that staff. And so figuring out, hey, how do we support teachers in bringing Emote to the school, and is that another way we can do that? The other piece of feedback was really cool is seeing, I remember when we read through the feedback, that line of it would be interesting to see how teachers' emotions affect all this, and being able to dive into that and start to look at the research there, and actually finding that there's articles out of the University of Virginia that show that that's actually far more predictive of student success, academic and behavioral, than a lot of content that's being done. And so we put together a quick test where now we every day, a couple times a day, will pop up an emotional evaluation for teachers, and based on what they note, we also suggest breathing exercises and things they can try. That kind of goes along with part of what our core value is never just collecting data for the sake of data, but always being able to offer help with that.
I think from now until January, what I really hope to continue to learn is how to better intervene when my students are displaying kind of out of the ordinary social emotional states, how to better have conversations and encourage my colleagues to use it. And I love the idea of tracking my own emotions and what I do with that information. I think it is really exciting. It's something that I've been kind of aware of separate from this process this year. And I think having kind of some data to back that up and then, consciously noting it throughout the day could be really exciting.
So I'm really excited to see where this teacher self-awareness part comes in. I know there's going to be many challenges around this, so not every teacher is going to be as comfortable both reflecting on it, not every teacher might be as comfortable reflecting with a technology tool as well if it's not a person. And so really looking forward to just because we just started this, so really looking forward to seeing what comes up as challenges and how we can both humanize and support that.